Listen, it's that time of year. Foggy as hell, gloomy as shit. I'm talking nothing feels good. You wake up, you feel like you're dragging. You feel like you're going to be a slug today. You feel like, man, I'm not going to do nothing today. I'm going to chill. I'm going to go and eat a bunch all day. I'm going to go and do nothing all day. I'm going to go and try to start little projects, but I'm not going to finish any of them. And that's straight up. Because you're letting yourself fall victim, right? And when you fall victim to anything, you know that it's going to take advantage of you. And that's kind of where we transition into what I feel today. So I was listening to something recently, and it was talking about sacrificing yourself to be around people or in anything that you're not being heard. If your voice is not being heard, nah, they out. And that's how it should be. There's no reason that anybody here, that anybody you come in contact with should ever take lightly what you feel you need to say and what you feel you need to be heard. How many times have you brought up something? How many times have you wanted to explain something and maybe you're not a good explainer? Maybe you're not good at communication just yet, but you try. So you go and you say what's on your mind, and they look like they're hearing it, but they're not listening. They're not even really hearing it. They kind of looking at you, they see your mouth moving, and they know that waves come out, and it makes a noise in their ear of words that you're saying. But they're not taking any of it in. They're not understanding it. And I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about when you go to work, if you play sports, if relationships, friendships, it could be anything where you have a voice. If you're feeling a certain way with your team, and you voice to your team that you feel in this way, they brushed it off. That means you ain't being heard. So why sacrifice who you are, how you feel, and how you view things because somebody doesn't want to hear you? In my opinion, that right there is going to set you up for a long life of heartache, not feeling addressed, not feeling like you're heard, not feeling like things are going the way that they should for you, okay? That's 100%, man. How many times can you sit down and think about if you're upset or you're feeling down or this friendship ain't going good, this relationship, or hell, my boss treats me like shit, right? How many times have you sat there and actually said to yourself, man, how many times have I voiced something and I've said it over and over and over again and it wasn't heard? And listen, I'm just as guilty. I know that things have been voiced to me before in my lifetime and I didn't hear it. I knew there was waves and noise. I didn't listen. I didn't hear, didn't listen, didn't understand, nothing. And that right there, you is letting other people sacrifice themselves because you might have gone through some hard shit. You might have been having a little bit of trouble with stuff. That's no excuse to say that you shouldn't be able to hear somebody. Because just like you want to feel like you're valid, everything they say is valid. It has validity in what they're saying. So you should have the same exact respect for yourself. If you're sitting there and you communicate and you got a boss that's on your ass and you feel like you have all these ideas and things to make it better and you bring them up, you say them over and over and over again, you might show a pie chart. This is what this does and this is how this comes about. And they don't want to listen to you. You got to say to yourself, are you going to sacrifice yourself to stay where you are? Or are you going to take your talents and who you are as a person and go elsewhere, right? Now, you do always have that argument of, yeah, man, but I got to see things through. I got to have loyalty. Listen, if a place doesn't have loyalty to your voice, to hearing you, if a person doesn't have loyalty into what you're saying, leave. Go find something else. Go make it work somewhere else because you can. You can. 100% you can do it. You got to put your foot down and you got to say to yourself, this is about to be a hard ass road. I might be lonely. I might be worried about my next paycheck. You might be. You might be, man. But get your ducks in a row. Get your ducks in a row so that you know you can say to yourself, all right, man, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm all right. I'm good. I can make this leap. Now, it's not going to be easy. You put a lot of faith in something, but you can do it. And, you know, it's important and it's beneficial that you sit back and you really think about this. You really need to evaluate things that are going on in your life. Don't just like listen and be like, yeah, I know. I need to be better, yada, yada, whatever. That's all we do. It's a procrastination of life. You are procrastinating at life to make sure that you don't really get what you're supposed to get because it takes a lot of hard work, right? And if people leave or you leave things due to wanting to be heard, don't ever feel guilty. Don't, man. Listen, I done did a lot of things in my lifetime, and there's times where I haven't done the things I was supposed to. I didn't listen like I was supposed to. I didn't hear what was being said to me, right? Now, that also isn't an excuse. Also, you being heard or what you're communicating is not always by verbals. Sometimes you do have nonverbal communication. If you're somebody who's always level-headed, chill, relaxed, always somebody that smiles, always somebody that's happy, and all of a sudden you go a couple of years of just feeling down, reckless, living not a good life, man, a wretched lifestyle, and something's weird, your whole personality changes. It is also able to be heard that way by nonverbals. People around you should, if they know you and they care about you, should be able to be like, all right, there's something really wrong. Maybe we need to help. Maybe we need to figure out what's going on. And listen, that road is a hard ass road too. Because remember, in every friendship, in every relationship, you got two people, right? You're always going to have one and one, you know, and you can say whatever you want about different friendships and what have you, and you might have a group, but at the end of the day, it's a one-on-one, right? And if both people aren't bought in or one isn't bought in 100%, it's not going to work because we operate on a cycle of time, right? A cycle. And I think that's what dumbs down a lot of the hearing that we should be doing, because when we should be hearing it and operating and changing and doing whatever, we say, well, it's been enough time. I'm good with this. I don't care. Deuces. And you leave. Now, like I said, you got to go find where you're heard. You got to go find where things make you feel like you're valid, that you have validity in what you're saying and what you feel and what you want to be heard about. Anything, man. That's valid. And when we talk about leaving, I think it's important to understand there's a difference. Ghosting, not following through, following a cycle of life. It's been this amount of time, and since these other jobs or these other friendships didn't fruition the way that I imagined in 1 year, 2 years, 2.5, whatever you want to say. Well, it's done. But that's not really the case. That's not real life. That's not actually how it is supposed to be, or it's not. That's not what you should be doing, right? Because you're using short things to make a decision about something that should be done but isn't being done for whatever reason, right? And I think that time is so big, man. Time comes into consideration in so many different things. But when it comes to being heard, you have to realize that you're either going to be heard or you're not. And also, I will put a side on this. I will. So if you're not being heard a certain way, and you think that you should only be heard that one way, you're also at fault. You are. Because you also need to be able to evolve and transition from or with your communication, right? So if you need to change your style or you need to communicate better to be heard, then that's also your responsibility. Don't just blame it on everybody else, but understand that you deserve to be heard. No matter what, you deserve to be heard. And if you're made to feel embarrassed or that you don't have a voice, then you need to leave. But evaluate yourself first. Just make sure, am I doing everything I can to be heard? And if you're not, then you might really be missing out on a chance of something to change that you just didn't recognize could be changed because you were unwilling to look inside. And that includes myself, right? Everybody. So you got to stick with it, man, and just stay after it, man. Do the things you need to do and keep working hard. No matter the season, no matter how down you feel, one foot in front of the other, keep that steady pressure. All right, get out of here.